Hey, what is up, everybody? It's nice to be back again. Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Shoot, I did not configure this correctly. Hold up. Why is this set to auto? That's so weird. All right, hold up. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. What is up? It's Not a Newbie back again with yet another stream. Oh my goodness, hold on. Why is this like... Hold on, it's usually not this bad. I don't know what happened exactly. That's too dark. There we go. Yeah, I gotta tweak my setup a little bit. I wish it was more just like the setup was more instantaneous. Or no, plug and play, I guess would be a better way to put it. I'm just messing around. This is the X-Files theme in like Minecraft note blocks. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me put the link here into the Discord. By the way, make sure that you're tapped into the Discord, because I'm gonna be while this will be a Halo stream. I will be kicking it off by doing some reacts. So if you guys want to sort of guide the content in a way, make sure that you throw in some react suggestions into the Discord, and I'll react to stuff when I do my Discord recap. Let's see. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm shutting down the auto duck for a minute. Let's see. Give me 1 minute, because we got a handful of stuff to react to. Now, of course, there are some things that I want to react to on my own as well. I'm going to react to a couple of my own things. Then we've got a couple big-ish things that are in the react requests thing that I'm going to be reacting to.
Mr. Pizza.
So let's see here.
Said in the chat. Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up, Mr. Pizza? Let's see. There are a couple of these I'm going to react to first, and then we'll do the recap of the Discord. Hold on, let's see. We have this one, which I kind of just saw in my recommendations. It's an interesting question that I feel like I should have thought of before as a tech nerd. I feel like I do vaguely remember Apple explaining this, but I don't recall exactly what the reason for this was.
Ever since the original EarPods, Apple's included small holes or vents on the outside of their signature earbuds, and that continues today with the AirPods, AirPods Pro, and even AirPods Max. So why are these vents necessary? Well, you can experience the importance of these openings for yourself by listening to a song with your standard AirPods while covering the vents with your fingers. You'll notice the sound quality change immediately. There will hardly be any bass, and it'll sound like your music is playing from a cheap cell phone speaker. That's because the vents that you've covered no longer have access to airflow, which builds up pressure in the AirPod's acoustic chamber and prevents the speaker from vibrating, removing its ability to produce low-frequency sound.
Why would you design your system like this? Because most standard earbuds don't need that sort of vent, and they sound just fine. And that sounds like a design flaw where it's like, hey, you want to be able to kill the quality of your earbuds? We're going to make this thing on there so you can just tap it and it absolutely destroys the quality of the sound.
This is why, if AirPods are never cleaned, a buildup of earwax and debris can cause noticeable issues. For example, many users complain about muffled sound or music playing playing louder outside of their AirPods. These symptoms are signs that buildup has completely blocked the speaker grill, so music only has one way to escape the acoustic chamber, through the outside vent, resulting in very quiet playback inside your ear, but noticeable playback coming from the air vent. This can usually be solved by using a cotton swab to thoroughly clean your AirPods speaker grill. But there have also been cases of the reverse happening, where debris and earwax has blocked the air vent and caused sound quality to suffer, similar to covering the vents with your fingers. That's actually the reason why Apple changed their location and design on the 3rd generation AirPods. Instead of the vents being recessed and in a spot that you often touch with your fingers, they made it flush with the AirPods body and moved it to the top, so it's less likely to accumulate debris that can block airflow. So while the vents on AirPods deliver better sound quality and deeper bass, they can cause issues if the earbuds aren't cleaned regularly.
I mean, I've had Skull Candy earbuds that don't have those vents, that have the same, if not better quality. So I don't know.
This is Greg with Apple Explained. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next video.
Because I do distinctly remember Apple being all like, oh, our earbuds are state of the art, they have crazy quality. And then I listened to them and they just sounded like normal earbuds. So I was like, huh? I don't know. But maybe there's something to what Apple Explained is saying here. Although I wouldn't know, because I'm not an Android user. Let's see. Mr. Pizza in the chat says, does this mean you're going to cover the item drama? Yes. That will be a part of the Discord recap. Let's see here. All right, let's see. There's one more thing I wanted to take a look at. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. This should be interesting. I saw some of the comments. I didn't watch it because I figured it'd be something good to react to. But I did see like the comments like in the description. But not the description, but some comments saying this is basically like the YouTube rewind for like this year, or at least it's like better than that or something. So kind of interested in seeing what this is like.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is fire, actually. I like how this is including stuff that's happening like right now, basically, because it's gonna encapsulate all of like 2022. This is great. The Pingu. Have you guys seen the Pingu? The Pingu thing is pretty cool. There's too much you touch go with this. Funny story, I watched American Psycho last night mostly because of the memes, and it was a movie that was always on my watch list, and I didn't want the memes to spoil the movie. Nice. This is great editing. Yo, they had Jelly Bean in there. I literally posted a video about my reaction to the whole like drama, one of the dramas, I guess, surrounding him last week. So much here. You know what's the weirdest thing to me is that this has like 100 different memes in it, and I know let's see here. I know that like there's like 100 memes in here, and I know all of them, which like kind of surprises me because I don't usually like try to follow all like the latest like trends and memes, whatever. I mean, I follow like streamer culture, but that's like pretty much it. So I'm kind of surprised at how much I knew there. Let's see. Okay, let me check the Discord here. Let's see. I knew you guys had this long video you guys wanted me to react to. Oh, I forgot about this. Hold on. Okay. Wait. So there was this. So apparently, so if you guys are familiar, with Channel 5, hosted by this guy named Andrew Callahan. He's kind of known for having these very comedic interviews with people at like music festivals and ragers. He's kind of gotten to the news lately because he ended up doing an interview with Alex Jones, which I want to react to on stream, but it's pretty long, I think. So it'll be a while before I am able to carve out time to get to that. However, I think that sort of notoriety put him into the spotlight of the mainstream media. He got to deal with A24, who then got to deal with HBO to kind of like make something with him, some sort of film or something, and release it through HBO. And as part of the promotion for this, he went on an interview on CNN, and I don't know all of the details, so I'm just gonna do like a fresh react watch with you guys. But basically, this interview did not go how CNN expected it to go, I suppose. So this will be interesting to see.
January 6th committee's final public meeting, and we have new CNN reporting on the White House and how they're keeping an eye on the committee's work. Plus, Russia is increasing its assault on Ukraine's critical infrastructure. A new message from President Zelensky. Also, jury selection set to begin today for the trial of former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio. The far-right group leader has been charged with seditious conspiracy in the January 6th.
Yo, I'm shocked that they're charging Enrique Tarrio because he's a Fed. Like he's basically like an FBI plant into the organization, and he like ran the Proud Boys for like at least a year prior to the whole January 6th thing. So I am both surprised and impressed that he is getting charged, because he should be getting charged for kind of like actually like telling folks to go and like storm the Capitol.
Capitol attack. He denies the charges.
Our next guest actually spent time with him in the days leading up to January 6th. It's all on camera as well for a new HBO documentary.
In 2020, shit got super serious. Protests, pandemics.
Basically, it's slavery.
Remember that?
We think that they're trying to steal our election.
All you have are personal attacks.
Info war, not physical war.
My name's Andrew Callahan. This is the story of the event.
By the way, it's funny because like InfoWars, like it's not just a just like an Alex Jones thing. Everyone is participating in the information war, I suppose. And the mainstream media are the primary soldiers in that, but also like it's mainstream media versus independent media. They kind of clash. They're kind of like the most obvious players in that arena if you're taking a very broad, abstract approach or perspective to it.
That led up to the January 6th Capitol riot. You ever feel like you've gone too far down the rabbit hole?
Oh, interesting.
So joining us now is the director, producer, and stars in this documentary called This Place Rules, which debuts on HBO December 30th, Andrew Callahan. Andrew, I mean, this...
I just think it's hilarious that the host on the right has both a CNN mug and a Starbucks cup. That's kind of funny.
This is a deep dive into this.
He's like, I have to have my Christmas in a cup. I have to have it here with me. I can't just pour it out into my CNN mug. No.
Documentary. Yeah. And there's so much to talk about here when it comes to who you spent time with, what you saw. But when it comes to what's happening today, Enrique Tarrio, he was not at the Capitol on the 6th, but he still played a role in this, and he's facing some of the most serious charges that are stemming from that day. What did you see from him as you were shooting this?
Yeah, I just talked to him in the lead up to the January 6th Capitol riot. Just hung out with him a little bit. And
that's interesting. I wonder if that's going to be in the documentary, because it'd be interesting to hear if Enrique Tarrio, because it'd be interesting to see what Enrique Tarrio had to say and how obvious he was about like any potential violence that would occur on January 6th.
DC and Miami and elsewhere.
And what did you learn about him?
He sells t-shirts.
Fun fact, this is something I did not know.
He's the chairman of the Proud Boys. Yeah.
So
the awkward silence.
no details about his involvement, his state of mind, or anything?
I mean, I don't think the movie's not just about like the Capitol riot and all that. It's also about like media echo chambers. You know what I mean? And like the dangers of the 24-hour news cycle.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Let's keep going with this. This is interesting.
And how I think mainstream media like Fox and even CNN like competes for views by running constant 24-hour news cycles based upon fear, division, outrage, and panic, probably to like sell ads. So it's not just about the Capitol riot.
Yeah,
Yo, he's he's putting the whole media apparatus on blast there.
I'm not exactly sure. First of all, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'm not exactly sure of how that played into people.
Also, I think that whole pattern exposes like, if you look at like independent folks, like generally speaking, at least at the moment, more people will be paying attention to independent media than mainstream media, but independent individuals usually don't have long-lived careers, I think, because they're not always talking about things that are like outrageous to their audience, and so they speak on one topic that people are outraged about, and then they talk about other things they're interested in, and the audience just moves on. Like Bari Weiss is a great example of this. She was very, very huge, the initial scandals revolving Twitter's censorship stuff and all the stuff that was going on with that. But then once that story kind of blew over and Joe Rogan had all the episodes about that he was going to have, nobody cared about Bari Weiss. She's back now releasing the Twitter files, but a lot of people don't even know who she was, even though she was a huge part of what people were talking about when it came to the whole Twitter situation at the time, which was I think about like 4 or 5 years ago. So it just shows how much like independent individuals can sort of be like cast to the wind. Yes, CNN's ratings are going down. Yes, Fox News's ratings are going down. But, they keep on hitting that point of, constantly stoking that fear and outrage. And that's how, they continue to survive and get lots of views. I think that's actually why, you look at Hasanabi and you look at Steven Crowder, right? They both kind of, follow that same model. Where if you look at someone like Destiny, who's far more reasonable than both of them, he has a fraction of the views because he's just being a normal dude. He's not, stoking division and outrage.
So it's not just about the Capitol riot.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. First of all, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'm not exactly sure of how that played into people going into the Capitol and.
Why is everything about January 6th? Like, for liberals, like January 6th is like the current the 9/11 of our generation. I was actually talking with someone at a get together with some church folks. And the person was like, we don't really have like a 9/11 for our generation. I'm like, yeah, January 6th. But it's like kind of funny because that's generally mostly for liberals and some moderates and maybe some Republicans too. But, a lot of folks on the right don't seem to take it nearly as seriously as some folks on the left.
Rioting on January 6th. There's nothing fake about CNN.
Now, Andrew Callahan has to be careful because if you guys are familiar with the corporate structure of any of these entities involved, CNN is owned by the same company that owns HBO. So this movie is yet to be released. So I wonder if Andrew Callahan is going to hedge anything he's saying based on that. Of course, he's got the backing of A24, so A24 probably at least has like a pretty good marketing push for it nonetheless. But
on January 6th, there's nothing fake about CNN.
I'm not saying like fake news. I'm just saying ramping people up and increasing division during that period of time.
That's true, because you don't have to lie to be manipulative. So CNN can be let's pretend that CNN is a great news source. CNN could be telling the truth all the time, but only be focusing on things that are like gonna, get people outraged.
just watching people kind of fall down the rabbit hole and be pushed into action and like just falling down the conspiracy rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think more people would consider, what's happening online and the.
They're doing literally what he's talking about. Like Andrew Callahan's like, I want to talk about like conspiracy theories. I want to talk about like this wide array of topics, and he's like, no. You have to talk about either January 6th or you have to peddle censorship online. And Andrew Callahan's like, this movie is about a lot of different things. Why do you only want to talk about like one or two different topics?
What happened with the former president and the messaging that he was putting out there and QAnon and so forth? That
I definitely agree 100% with that as well.
Yeah. So listen, there are literally so many.
Like, dude was so thirsty. Don Lemon was so thirsty to get Andrew Callahan to say that he agreed with him. Like, why? It doesn't add anything to like the content that they're like. It doesn't make this segment any more interesting. It doesn't make the segment any more informative. I don't really care if Andrew Callahan believes these conspiracy theories or not, so long as when he's interviewing these people, he's fair and getting their perspective. Because heck yeah, I want to hear what the leader of the Proud Boys, what his mindset was, days leading up to January 6th. I think that would be interesting. I don't necessarily care, Andrew Callahan's opinion of the matter, unless it's going to like color, how he carries out his journalism.
As well.
Yeah. So listen, there are literally so many jaw-dropping moments in your documentary, including a weightlifting scene with conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Yeah, for sure. He can bench press a lot, actually.
Why would you put that in? Why'd you spend so much time with him, and why is he such a big part of this film?
Well, I mean, I just think that like whenever we were filming for the documentary, there was just certain moments that were super surreal that just kind of happened, and I felt like we had to kind of leave the footage in. So the Alex Jones weightlifting whiskey drinking scene would also be one of those moments that I couldn't like leave out of the movie. I'm getting that like this host Don Lemon is a little bit upset because he feels like, oh, you're including stuff footage of Alex Jones that makes him look good, or at least doesn't make him look bad. Why did you do that? Because they're probably of the perspective of, if you're gonna have him on, you have to be always condemning him because you're platforming hate or fake news otherwise. And so I think they're probably perturbed that Andrew Callahan, which by the way, most of his stuff is largely humorous. He was basically the long form version of Side Talk NYC. They're upset that he's keeping in funny moments of Alex Jones when, Alex Jones is the type of dude who is always going to get crazy moments. So of course there are going to be things where it's like, yeah, I'm going to leave this in and let people laugh at him because it's just like a natural thing. For sure.
One thing that also stood out was what you heard from people when it comes to like conspiracy theories. There were parts where like children were shouting conspiracy theories, and I wondered as you talked to these people if you got the sense that they actually believed what they were saying, or what your takeaway was.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, believe what they're saying. I just think that the echo chambers in the media, especially more fringe media that a lot of these people are consuming, is pretty all-encompassing, and especially the mythology of QAnon consumed a lot of people's lives during this period of time. And it kind of just became everything they wanted to fight for up until the Capitol riot. So
I wonder if he's going to do something similar on the mainstream media, because I think that would be, the mainstream media, they're kind of like two sides of like the same coin when it comes to like the whole outrage culture. So it'd be interesting to see if he does a sequel kind of focusing on that.
A particular scene where I spoke with that family in Georgia, where it was that the structure and whole basis of their family was based upon Q and following that kind of lore. It was definitely unsettling sure. But yeah, it's interesting to see where it is now because, I guess hard QAnon stuff has kind of dissipated in terms of no one posts on the Q boards anymore, but it's kind of bled into mainstream conservative thought.
I do think we should point out a lot of those conspiracy.
Yeah, no one follows QAnon, but QAnon still is a very a big grasp on right-wing culture.
These are not from legitimate media. That's from social media and websites where these things are pushed in dark corners of the internet.
Oh yeah, but it's people spend their whole time in these dark corners of the internet, so it feels very real to them, especially because I think the biggest problem is probably media literacy and taking a lot of this information that's false as fact because of you're seeing it on Facebook, you're seeing it on Newsmax, you're seeing it on One American News Network, places like that.
Andrew,
Yeah, y'all saw this in my Discord today because I posted an update on a news story that I was following, and I had to retract or issue a correction because I was wrong. I saw something on social media, and while the scenario was very similar, I thought that it was an update to the story that I had previously mentioned, when in reality it was referring to a completely different scenario, which it was similar, but it wasn't exactly the same. So I had to issue a correction. So yeah, Googling after you read a headline is very important. That's actually kind of what I did because I saw the update and I was like, oh, interesting. Wait a minute, let me look up and send in like the link of the citation of this happening. And that's how I found out that, it wasn't what I thought it was.
Callahan, thank you very much. Best of luck with this. This Place Rules debuts on HBO and streams on HBO Max. That's on December 30th. Moving on now, Russia is ramping up its attacks on Ukraine's infrastructure.
Let's see. Einstein in the chat said January 6, 2021 was pretty horrific. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, for a lot of people it was a very concerning situation. I think I did talk about it in a different stream before, but I mean, my general thoughts on on January 6th is January 6th is by far definitely definitely not nearly the worst thing that happened in the year. There was one person who died, for example. There were no major fires that were set. There was some robbery and theft, which was pretty bad, especially of sensitive government documents, but there wasn't wide scale looting and burning like you saw with the Black Lives Matter protests. I think one thing too is that it has not yet been completely established, because there's so many theories going around about the cause of January 6th, and in all of the investigations, January 6th have been so partisan that all of those theories have not been properly investigated. And every time I see information about it, it's always from these super biased sources where I'm I don't even trust what you're saying. Because if it's CNN, it's well, you're just here to make, Trump and the Republicans look bad. But if it's some BitChute video, I'm well, your goal here is just to make Trump look good. So I'm which of you guys can I trust? You know what I mean? But I mean, there are some things that are certainly possible about January 6th, which is it was it was an entrapment thing where the FBI pushed folks into the push folks into the building, which I mean, I've seen some indications of that, but no hard evidence of that. There was another thing of a lot of the ringleaders who were in the front, Enrique Tarrio being one of them, which is one reason why I was pretty happy about him, because he's one of these individuals, but basically there were a bunch of accused feds who were the ones who actually were organizing everything, and most of them haven't gotten charged. I forget his name, but there's one dude who's very infamous for being one of the major ringleaders, posting videos at the Capitol a day or two before saying, yo, we need to storm the Capitol on January 6th. And he had no charges against him at all. Many people are seeing that as an indication that he was some sort of federal agent or plant or something. So there was that, but then of course there's also the very real, because there had also been chatter in right-wing circles of, the whole, the I think generally accepted explanation for this is rooted in a very real belief that the right wing had, which was, a lot of states at the time had different slates of electors. Deciding, whether or not the state voted for Trump or voted for Biden. Most of the official records, meaning they hadn't been certified yet. So there were multiple states, I think, where their electors hadn't been certified. So people could say whatever they want. So basically you had different slates. Put forth by different individuals, and it was up to the various governors or whatever to accept whatever slates and submit to Congress whichever slates that they wanted, and then it was also up to the Vice President Mike Pence to approve of the final count, if he chose to do so, I think, or accept the slate that was submitted by each state. as the counts were going on, I guess the mainstream narrative is that Republicans got very agitated because they realized they weren't going to have enough things to slates to win or whatever, so they were gonna like go in, break into the building and force the representatives to say what they wanted them to say. So I completely understand believing in both sides of that story, because I think there's enough indication of like both of those, and I think that there's probably some truth to both. I think I would not be shocked if there were like a bunch of feds going in there telling people to march in, but then also folks were looking at their phones and getting completely agitated, probably also feeling let down by QAnon, who said that this wouldn't happen, and they were like, well, last resort is we bust in and make people do what we want. And I think the worst part of everything is all the folks who are caught in the middle and getting completely overcharged, because everyone in the situation except for the ringleaders are all being overcharged for what is essentially just a trespassing. They're completely overcharged, getting like several years in jail for just trespassing. While a lot of the organizers, except I guess maybe in this case Enrique Tarrio, which good for the government, I'm putting charges on him, kind of got away scot-free. I think that the worst part is a lot of people, I think actually even most of the people who were in the building at January 6th, were actually, they didn't want to be there. They were just being pressed from folks behind them because otherwise they were going to get trampled. And actually, as soon as they got into the building and the crowd started spreading out, because there was a lot more room, there than what was I saying? Oh yeah, there was like a lot more room, so once people could spread out more, and they weren't being trampled or like pressured or pushed, they just left. That's why you saw a lot of people milling around, because they were like, I just got pushed here, man. What are we doing in this building? And so they just like walked and milled around and they left. I said so the shirtless guy in Buffalo Horns was pretty important in planning it. No, I don't think he didn't organize anything. He was just there being crazy. If you want to know more about that, there's he did an interview with Alex Jones, where Alex Jones was, again, just like with the Kanye West interview, looking like the same person in the room, because he was kind of confronting he's the Q shaman is what he goes by. He's confronting the Q shaman on his belief in QAnon, because Alex Jones used to know the guy who ran QAnon before. He claims that the QAnon account got hacked or whatever several years ago and hasn't been reputable since. That's his claim. So that's his reasoning for not believing in QAnon anymore. And so he was just using the whole January 6th thing of the Q shaman and his beliefs to kind of push forward that narrative of, yeah, man, this is not legitimate, because y'all said this wouldn't happen. You said that Trump won. Remember, like the lyrics, like, you said he was the Messiah, you said he was invincible. Like that's him going off on the Q shaman for believing in QAnon. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I think I've said them more succinctly and said them better in a previous stream. But let's see. I still have to see that. Yeah, I have to find it and put it in the chat. It's somewhere on the band.videos website. Alex Jones, he archives like everything and posts some high quality clips, so that's great. But I know that's not why you guys are all here. You guys are all here for one reason, and that's to see me react to the ISM drama. Now, apparently there was some sort of drama between ISM and Hammerhead Matt. I don't know too much about this, so, no spoilers. I have no spoilers going into this. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this is. I've heard it said in my last stream. I think someone in the chat said either that or in my Discord, so that this was like the biggest like ISM drama of the year, or like the Big Bang or something. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and react to this. Oh, also, ISM, I did react to the preview animation in my test stream coming back. I kind of opened my stream up with that. So I did do my my reaction to that. But anyways, here we go. We have the most ridiculous attempt to cancel me by Hammerhead Matt. Let's go.
As always, quick disclaimer at the start of the video. I never ever send off to look for unnecessary, stupid drama to cause for me to just like make videos like this. Whenever I make a video like this is always a situation that comes upon me. That's when I talk about it. I never.
This is true for a lot of you viewers who are not in all of the discords, and the discords are just like crazy busy. So like I said in the discords today, I usually don't follow them. However, there's like, for all of the various dramas that you've seen on his YouTube channel, like he's probably made at least 3 or 4 drama videos, but for every single one of those dramas, there's like 2 or 3 different dramas that never got addressed in a video. So yeah, no, ISM is very good about not running around stirring up drama for no reason and addressing things on video that are, at the end of the day, fairly minor.
Like go out of my way to just cause stupid petty drama. That's not what I'm about. That's not what this community is about. So when you see videos like this that I post, it's because these things have happened to me. And I don't make these videos to damage the reputation of any of the people that I mentioned in this video. I just like to report on what it is that happened, what it is that they did, how I feel about it. That has always been the case, and it will continue to be the case with this video. And let's be real, you guys eat these drama videos up like it's candy on Halloween. So for the people who want to know, I always let you all know, and you're not going to believe this one. Essentially, just summarizing everything before I get into the details, some bloke on Discord went a rant on me on an unrelated server, told people to unsubscribe, called me names, and when confronted, he crumbled. This is that story. So, Hammerhead Matt. Who is Hammerhead Matt, or just Hammerhead for short? I didn't really know who this person was at first. The first interaction I had with him was over the summer. He had joined my Discord server. He was, I think, from the DJLL server, just like a subscriber. And I don't think there was a Discord server for her at the time. He joined my server.
Wait, so was this old? Because I'm pretty sure the DJLL has a Discord now. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not a DJLL server. Is that... Okay, so I'm in the Promised Land server. Is that the DJLL server? I just assumed that was the DJLL server because it has, like, DJLL's, like, face as, like, the icon. Maybe it's not the DJLL server. Maybe I'm confused. Or maybe I'm not in the DJLL server.
And when he joined, we just got to talking. He seemed to be okay. Like, he had good taste in music. But as we all know, that doesn't say much. We decided to have a movie night. He shows up. He's just annoying, so I mute him like anybody who tries to interrupt a movie. He got salty, he left, and I didn't hear from him again for several months.
Nice.
So over the past few months, DJL did have her own Discord server. It was an attempt to like remaster what the first server was, which was an absolute disaster. It damaged everybody's mental health horribly.
Oh no.
So we decided, let's do this again, but we're gonna do it right. And the way we're gonna do it with a ton of moderation, like we're not taking any chances. If somebody messes up, we're gonna call it out, and we'll ban people if we have to. I should also mention that this server no longer exists. We deleted it very recently, so I can't.
Okay, good points here. Okay, so the chat's helping me out. It says, no DJLO server is deleted. The server's gone, but the Promised Land server was made by Colin. Okay.
I can't really show you any of the screenshots from it. It also makes it an important factor that, this is a deleted server, so there's no going back to it. So Hammerhead was in that
probably for the best
server, and also someone, I think his username was Luke Skywalker. So this Luke person started posting some pornographic images and subjects in the server and comparing young teenagers to porn stars. You should just simply not.
No, that's not all right. That's not all right. That should be. Now I'm hoping that what ISM says that he did here is that he banned this individual, because these are ban-worthy offenses. There are certain things where it's like, yes, I'm pro free speech, but at the same time, you got these blaring red flags of maybe this person is into illegal behaviors. One could surmise that from what he said here. I hope that he got banned swiftly, but it's interesting.
Not do that. That's not okay, especially in a server that there are young teens in that server.
I don't think it matters. Someone's doing that in like a chat full of a chat room full of adults is pretty bad too. I think it's all terrible.
So of course I was upset, and unfortunately I used the worst word that I could think of at that moment. I was just upset at the time that, you know, this is what he was posting. I didn't know that he was like actually autistic when I used that word.
Oh.
So this was not like towards him directly. I called his decision that. Of course we banned him. I apologize for using the word because that was out of pocket for me to use. And we moved on from that. Hammerhead was very upset that Luke Skywalker got kicked, but I think we had every right to kick him. It was the rules were not made. I just simply enforced them. Not only that, it should just be common sense that that's just not something that you post in a Discord where there are teenagers. The DJL server was pretty tame for a while, and then I think over probably the past 2 weeks, it was just nothing but endless stupid drama, and the mods and I were just really, really on edge. We banned a whole bunch of people because people were just showing up and thinking that they can do whatever they want. And Hammerhead, you know, he started drama, which is like against the rules. We had a 3-strike system. Like, it's 3 strikes, you're out. Like, we weren't just gonna ban people on the spot. So Hammerhead, you know, he goes on a rant on why he was upset that, like, I guess the admins were abusing their power or whatever when it was well within the rules and common sense. Because Hammerhead was doing that, you know, he got his 3rd strike, so
there's no case, I don't think, that you can even make in that scenario that the mods were abusing their power. I would love to hear whatever harebrained explanation Hammerhead Matt had for that.
Bans him from the server, and he pulls an HB Engines and Coaches on this one. Like, when we first
I will fight back
had our interaction with him, he went to the Liberator server and ranted about me there, thinking.
This is one thing that kind of annoys me about, and I think it completely makes sense why this is the case. But you guys have sort of decentralized your communication system so much that I think it can lead to situations such as this. But it's like, you know, what if I want to like message a lot of you guys, and by you guys I mean like ISM, Mr. Pizza, DJLL, LennoxO, a lot of you guys. You know, how do I? I'm in so many Discords. Like, which Discord should I use? There's the ISM server. Mr. Pizza has a server, I think. I can't remember if LennoxO has a server, but there's just like a lot of Discords. I think I did end up leaving most of those Discords except for the ISM server and the Mr. Pizza server, but it can be very confusing. And I guess I'm not helping things by making my own Discord, so I guess I completely understand why you guys run your own. But when there's so much social overlap between all of these different servers, not only can it be confusing to be able to reach out to all of the individuals in the group because you're like, oh, should I use this server, that server, or that server? But also when it comes to moderation, it leads to a bunch of redundancies. Because let's say you have someone toxic in one Discord, you have to then make sure that all the other Discords, which by the way are probably run by other individuals, all ban that same individual, and they all have to be like, you know, in close communication to know, hey, we've got this one bad actor on one of our four servers. Make sure that he's banned from the other servers as well. So that's kind of tough, but it's still doable. Just makes things a little bit more you know, complicated. This says, if someone wants to rant and cause drama with the Promised Land, do it in the Liberator server. ISM says the ISM server is the most active by far. Yeah, that's true. And that's why whenever I want to reach out to you guys and say, hey, what's up, I use that Discord.
That I wouldn't know. Now, the Liberator server, at this point, I wasn't even a part of. I consistently have not been in that server for months. I've tried to rejoin, and every time I do, like, I just don't know why. Like, there were just members of that Discord server that just do not welcome me, and I just can't stay. Of course, people like Mr. Pizza and Baron Brett, they told me exactly what was going on, and even though most of the messages have been deleted, I did screenshot this. And he said, and I quote, "I want to express a all caps opinion about someone. ISM is a bully. Yesterday, I tried standing up to him about his bullying and banned me from my friend server. And he has said ableist language. In my opinion, people should unsubscribe from ISM. Do you know what we call this? This is a cancellation attempt.
Yes.
He tried to get people to unsubscribe from me for like bullying, which was just mod duty. And he says that I has said ableist language. Now, to be fair, I do think that that is a bad word that I did use. And if I need,
and that's really tough. That's like a big thing. Like, I feel like if someone's like treating you unfairly, I've always had this general policy: if someone's treating you badly, or even if anyone's treating you any type of way at all, good or bad, always treat other people better than they're treating you. Because then if you have a situation like this, they have no ammo, right? Like, let's say you're being like incredibly nice to this incredibly mean person. Then what are they going to say? Especially if other people see you treating this individual in this manner.
To make an apology once again, I will make an apology. I should not have said the R word. It is a bad word that I'm trying to eliminate from my language. I didn't know that he was autistic, but even taking that away, it's a bad word, and I'm sorry I used it. I'm not sorry that I banned him. I'm not sorry that I banned Luke Skywalker, and I'm not sorry that I banned Hammerhead. They broke the rules. It's as simple as that. I don't know what he's on about bullying. I literally just enforced the rules. If you break rules of the server, you get a strike or you get banned. I came back to Liberator server, and keep in mind, spoiler, I do leave the Liberator server again, but all that went down that I'm going to talk about has been deleted by the mods, and I don't think it was screenshotted either. So I can just summarize this for you. So first, he just kind of gets called out by, like, you can't just make people unsubscribe. Like, that's just really petty to do.
That's also, I think that was also against the rules, right? Because you were saying that one of the rules is you can't start drama. And that's literally, like, probably the definition of starting drama.
About how I'm ableist. Did I say an ableist word? Yes. Am I ableist? Absolutely not. This generation is just so obsessed with like pointing people and labeling people like you're racist, you're sexist, you're ableist, you're homophobic. Just like, I think you should really get to know a person before you just start spewing those things out.
Also, because people throw those labels around so much and so frequently, I don't think that folks should take those accusations to heart as much when people like say them to you, because I think it's kind of how if it was like 35 years ago, for example, and someone had called you a Nazi, that would hit a little bit harder than if someone called you a Nazi today, because today it just means you're far right, where 35 years ago it probably means you are a racist segregationist who believes in like a white state. You either think that white people should conquer black people, or that white people should have their own like nation state. Like you are a firm believer in ethno-states. You are okay with everything that the Nazis did. It's very, very annoying. I hate how like a lot of people take these terms that refer to bad people and then just paint every single person that they don't like or disagree with like such a broad brush. Just like ISM said, here you have to actually get to know someone before just accusing them of random things. And also, I think, understand the labels you're using, because over time I think these meanings get diluted.
Being an ableist person is like having a strong dislike or disgust for people that are disabled, either physically or mentally, and think that
now one could easily say that the R word is ableist language, and so then because of the ableist language that insinuates that you're ableist, which isn't entirely true, especially if you're familiar with the colloquial usage of that word in multiple different contexts. But it's still it's a conclusion I could understand someone coming away with. It's not accurate, I don't think, but I could understand it at least.
Non-disabled people are like the superior people. That does not describe me one bit. I absolutely know and love and respect people who are autistic. Like Blue Penguin Studios, M-Lan, Mike, like they all have autism, and I don't belittle them for that. That argument was completely irrelevant and blown out of proportion. And I have to confront him. So he thinks that he can just go to another server and rant about me in a server that I wasn't even a part of. It's absolutely petty and ridiculous. It's exactly what HB did, but this is even worse because I wasn't even there to see it. What HB did was just stupid, but like I'm smart enough to know I have people in that server who are gonna have my back when, you know, something like this goes down. So Hammerhead would just absolutely not let it go. He was gonna defame me and cancel me for whatever it took, whether whatever he said was true or not. So sometime during the fight, I kept telling Hammerhead, why can't you just be the bigger person and private message me? Why are you bringing this drama into a completely unrelated community? He insisted not to, but other people got involved, just come on, you gotta do this. So he did private message me. It is some of the most ridiculous things that I've ever seen. I think he must have blocked me or reported me or something, because I can't even find these DMs now, but I did archive them. So he starts out, okay, look, I don't appreciate how you are treating me and my friends for having a different sense of humor than me. So he thinks the porn stuff and the porn comparisons was funny. And I was confused by this because
that's worse.
Is he really saying that was just a sense of humor thing? And he said, I don't appreciate how you treated Skywalker for saying a joke that didn't land well. Once again, calls it a joke. It was inappropriate, but he admitted his error. Okay. And once again, I'm sorry that I used that word. I will apologize for that. But he broke a rule. I don't think he gets another chance for that either. That was really bad. Comparing a young teenager to a porn star isn't funny. And he didn't do it with a malicious intent, apparently.
And that's way out of proportion worse than using the I word too. So he doesn't get to kind of make that excuse. It was basically it's you should have a you kind of get a pass for saying this but also apologize. I should have a pass for saying what I said and apologizing too. It doesn't work like that when the two offenses are not even in the same hemisphere.
Teenager to a porn star isn't funny. And he didn't do it with a malicious intent apparently, but I don't care. It's not okay. And then we get back to something I never thought he was gonna bring up, which I said at the beginning about how he left my server because I muted him during a movie night in my server. Yeah, he brings this up. I never thought this would be so petty as him to bring up.
That's why I think that's I don't understand what exactly happened, but I'm getting the impression that he thought that whatever you had said to him while banning him or you banning him, muting him, while you guys are watching the movie, I think that's kind of where the bullying comes in. I have no idea why he thinks that's bullying or what was said, but I think that's kind of funny.
He said, and also, I know this is in the past, should have stopped there, but I felt bullied at that time we were watching Descendants 1. Now,
I'm sorry. Y'all could enjoy Descendants as much as you want, my bad.
Listen, Descendants is my favorite movie of all time. At night in the server.
That's cool. Wait. I didn't even notice you were wearing the Descendants shirt. And I think that's actually the Descendants shirt that you were wearing in the Discord that one time. And I said, I don't like that movie, but I like that shirt or something like that.
At that time, we were watching Descendants 1. Now listen. Descendants is my favorite movie of all time. At night in the server, we had a very rare occurrence where we were going to do a movie night. And by random, we did a wheel and everything, Descendants was picked, and I was super excited to watch Descendants. I didn't even keep in mind that Hammerhead had joined earlier that day. It was really just something that was planned by The Promised Land, which was just me, Mr. Pizza, DJL, Lennoxo, and The Liberator, and Baron Bread. But let me explain more in depth about this. Before we even start the movie, I'm setting the movie up in my living room. I have an actual physical DVD of the movie that I'm putting in. But while I'm even setting it up, I'm still in the Discord call. Hammerhead joins. He has no shirt on. Immediate red flag. I think he's eating chips or something really obnoxious and bizarre. And he's just talking and talking and talking, and I'm just trying to set this movie up, so I just mute him, I just didn't want to hear that. And then the movie starts, Descendants 1, my favorite movie. And Hammerhead is still talking. And he was going on about, he started talking about Charmix. Come on, man, Charmix has quit so long ago. Why are you talking about this during this?
Point. The whole point is Descendants. So if you're joining a Discord, we are talking about no, if you're joining a Discord where you're literally just watching the movie, that's Descendants 1. Why are you talking about Charmix? There's like no relation and no connection at all.
Descendants, what does this have to do with the movie? So I mute him again, and then he leaves. Common sense, you just don't talk during a movie, especially when it has nothing to do with the movie. Going back, how were you bullied? You were talking over my favorite movie of all time, so I muted you.
He was
and he says,
one.
I wanted to enjoy and socialize with the others, but being muted made me feel left out. And you were talking the entire time I was there. At first, going back.
It's fair. It's fair. I don't know the situation, but it's fair if he was talking about the movie because you're there like to watch the movie. Like I watch Will Neff stream occasionally. He does these streams where he talks about where he does like movie nights where basically on stream his face is facing himself. There's no copyrighted material in there, but then if you're in the Discord, then you get to see the reactions or the actual movie, if I remember correctly. That is and he pauses it, but he pauses it to talk about the movie. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion. People who watch movies with me know this, and many of them disagree, but there's nothing wrong with talking in the middle of a movie if you're talking about the movie itself. Now it's when you're talking about random things that's when you cross the line.
I said, because we're watching a movie, and he said everyone else was talking, and I was explaining what was going on. I feel like that's an okay to talk during a movie.
Yes.
When, like, the other people just, like, they want to know what's going on.
Yes.
Like, I know the plot. I know what's happening at this part in the movie. I'm going to explain it to you all. And they were asking questions about the context of the movie. And he said, well, maybe I wanted to ask questions.
About Charmix? About Charmix?
Yeah, right. He was going off about Charmix. Yeah, right. You cared about the context of the movie. You didn't say one thing about it. He said, and because of that night, I don't even want to finish the movie. I've never seen before, FYI. Honestly, people like that, they don't deserve to know just how great the sentence is. And I hate to be rude, but wow, was that oversensitive. He was being irrelevant and obnoxious during a movie, and I just muted him because I didn't want to hear it. And he brings this up. Unbelievable. And I was getting annoyed. It's my server, my movie night. I make the rules.
Also, I think the fact that Hammerhead doesn't say that's how it happened, proves that IXM is in the right. That this is 100% how things went down. And yeah, it's no bullying at all. I don't even know how any of what he said could be misconstrued as bullying.
That should be self-explanatory. And yeah, he doesn't have to go back to the server, and he's like, oh, and I don't want to. Good, we don't want you there either. And then that was when he brought it back to the Liberator server, and like, somewhere Hammerhead said that, like, I talked about the Liberator, and I'm going to talk about this. For those of you who don't know, I did make a video about the Liberator, about how he made a content change to, not react to YTPs anymore. And at the time, we thought he was gonna delete the YTP reactions, and I was upset about that. Yeah. I didn't approve of it, so I just made what I think is a pretty respectable opinion on how I felt about the situation. I did not quote on Gage for him as a person or his content. I just disapproved of his decision at the time, and that was as simple as that. I'm pretty sure he's seen it and he doesn't care.
Yeah, it was a pretty reasonable
also,
take.
All the videos that we thought he was going to delete, he just put them in a separate playlist, so all is good. I have nothing against him. I have nothing against his decision now either. And there's a mod in that server who he never takes sides. It doesn't matter how bad the person on their side is. Everybody's at fault, and I did not appreciate that. I did say another thing that I regret.
So he was saying that the ISM was partly to blame for this too?
Never take sides. It doesn't matter how bad the person on their side is. Everybody's at fault, and I did not appreciate that.
That's weird. That's like an overcorrection in an attempt to be fair, because generally there is truth to both sides, but that's not always the case, and one side can very oftentimes be overwhelmingly more in the wrong than the other. So I agree. That's a poor way to do moderation.
I did say another thing that I regret. I'm not going to say what it was, but my mental health that day was really bad. Having to deal with banning him from the server, and then having this drama about me go on, in a server that I wasn't even part of. It's not what I needed. So I kind of, broke down. Like, it went from like just funny and pathetic to actually hurtful. So the best thing for me was, I just had to leave that server. Hammerhead thankfully was silenced for I think 2 weeks or something like that. Because obviously he did break rules. He started unnecessary drama. He harassed me, tried to cancel me in the Liberator server. And while I was just like really upset about how it had escalated, like Gage even came to me and he seemed genuinely concerned of how I was feeling at
that's awesome. That's great.
the time. And I think that Gage is actually like a really wonderful, like, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't think, we have much of a relationship now, or certainly not as strong as it used to be, but it's not about that. It's not about YouTube. I do think he's a good person who cares about me, and I care about him, and vice versa. So Mr. Pizza had a lot of catching up after all this went down. He must have been busy like that whole morning. He had no idea what happened. So Mr. Pizza, then he confronts Hammerhead. Probably won't be able to read this because he did screenshot this on his computer. Mr. Pizza asked him, why were you spreading lies about me being ableist? And then Hammerhead is just so strong that saying that word makes you ableist. First off, that's past drama from another server that you brought onto Gage's server, only to start drama. And second, he wasn't referring to a disabled person when that word was used. And then he brings up the time I muted him in Descendants again. Also, the drama goes back as far as July from the time he decided to exclude me from an activity. And then this is when we get more into that. It's unbelievable. How are you excluded from movie night? He muted me, basically ruined the experience of Descendants. I don't even want to finish the movie because I felt like I was being excluded.
Imagine thinking that like the experience of Descendants 1 is ruined if you're not talking about Charmex all the time. What?
He claims I don't want you talking over my favorite movie of all time, which everybody else was. Apparently I ruined Descendants for him. Boo-hoo. You were muted because you were ruining everyone else's experience.
Wait, was Mr. Pizza there? I think so. Yeah, he says you're talking over everything and crunching loud chips. Yo. Just because you got muted doesn't mean you're excluded for something.
They were talking over everybody and crunching loudly on chips, and of course you got muted. Just because you got muted doesn't mean you were excluded or something. Yes, preach it, brother. He muted me before the movie even started. At least that's what I remember. Why were you so salty about it? Did you ever think, oh, maybe they don't want me talking over everything, and maybe they don't want to hear me eating chips so loud?
Also, one can easily say, I think that, like, wasn't ISM like wearing like no shirt on or no, wasn't Hammerhead like not wearing a shirt? So like ISM already said that kind of set off like a red flag in his head. So then he was like, oh well, if he's dressed somewhat inappropriately, I wonder if he's gonna say something weird. I'm gonna mute him. Like, that's not even a big deal either. Like, that doesn't matter.
My son was there and talking over the movie the whole time. He's gonna be mad for someone for being. I don't even. And yeah, I just simply was explaining the context of the movie. That should be self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And then he goes back. I'm not perfect, but I don't say slurs at people. It means we can't hear you talk about off-topic shit like Charmex or hear you eating chips. It doesn't mean you can't hear him explaining the movie. Yes, he muted me. I was still hearing him, and everybody else was talking about Charmex. That is absolutely not true. That is such a lie. Here we go back to when he tried to cancel me on the Liberator server. I'm really curious why you would say he shouldn't be a YouTuber, and Hammerhead says because his people skills are horrible. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Josh laughed in real life too. That's so not true. He literally stopped Tijel from ending her life and talking to her. That is absolutely true. Anyways, why did you tell people to unsubscribe from him? He was banned from, quote, Lily's server for standing up for someone. Yeah, he was banned because he broke rules. Yeah, and this is where it's important to know that the server is deleted. Hammerhead just like questioned, well, what rules did I break? Because he got 3 strikes. Mr. Pizza says, let me check the server. Oh wait, it's been shut down. Honestly, why would you still argue about this? Like, what's he want? To go back to the server? No.
So he's salty over like being kicked from a server, but the server doesn't exist anymore. So like he can't even get added back. So I mean, sure, you're mad or whatever, but there's nothing that can be done. The server is dead.
None of us can go back to it. And so Hammerhead says, for what? And, you know, for constant trauma and pedophiles. Yeah, we did have more of those. Not on the scale of CWB, but just, like, being creepy. And
this is a Your Discord's having a problem with both. I think it's getting better now, but it's kind of... It's crazy, like how big of a problem that is on the Discords.
Is delusional what he said. Also, Lily is someone who I respect. I recently left all my musical instruments to her in my will.
You did what? Does he even play musical instruments? Did she say she wanted these musical instruments? Why would you do this? This makes no sense. Oh my goodness. What? How do you find these people? What? Also saying Lily is someone I respect. This Lily, someone I barely know, is someone I respect. I left her all my instruments in my will. Doesn't really sound like you like respect her whole life. You sound super thirsty and weird.
All my musical instruments to her in my will. First off, what 21-year-old spends an afternoon thinking, oh, I think I'm going to write my will now to somebody who I don't even know their last name or where they live, but they can have all my musical instruments because I trust them and they're my friend. Oh my gosh. No, if I did that, that was fine, and I will defend my relationship with Lily and her whole family.
Well, yeah, you guys all seem legitimately close. Like, ISM and Mr. Pizza did IRL vlogs together. That's a completely different thing when it's all an internet thing. And I was going to react to something, you know, kind of talking about this, but I won't because I'm not going to have enough time. But yeah, parasocial relationships are a huge problem on the internet, and it looks like they're kind of creeping into the Discords as well.
If you go back to my channel, I got a package from her. I know where she lives. She knows where I live. I know her family. I've talked to her mother. I will defend my relationship.
That's cool.
But Hammerhead, come on, what does he really know about her? He also thinks that, like, Lily respects him too. But yeah, like, while this was all going on, like...
He's given her no reason to
do
do
the
so.
DGL server, I did, like, message Lily, and I said, watch out for that Hammerhead guy. And she said, I will. So yeah, she does stand up for me there and knows that Hammerhead is not a good guy, no matter what bribing or you're my friend kind of talk. Yep, that crushed his ego. Well said. She told me she wouldn't take sides. Just leave her out of this. Just leave her alone in any way, shape, or form. Another thing, why did you start drama in the Liberator server today? This is the golden question. I knew him and Gage were at a shaky friendship. You wanted to take advantage of that? Dude, you're a jerk. Yeah, that's why he took it to the Liberator server, because he thought that, you know, because I guess me and Gage had a shaky relationship, that people, I guess, don't think highly of me, and they would take his side, they would unsubscribe, and oh my gosh, I'm canceled. Yeah, that was malicious. And this is when he goes back to his delusion.
Incredibly petty and sad.
Imagine, like, insists.
Yo, imagine, he said he's 20, he said that the guy's 21, right? Imagine being 21 years old and that's like the best thing that you could do with your time.
That he's such a good person. During, like, when he was in the Liberator server, out of nowhere he just kind of talked about, you know, I'm starting a charity today, just like how I'm writing my will. So he said, also, would a jerk start a charity for people who are poor or homeless? Would a jerk donate to African American church? Yeah, where's this proof that...
I mean, Bill Gates has, yes. So I think that the case could be made that, yes, a jerk can do these things. Now, granted, you know, he gave folks, it's a whole rabbit hole. Bill Gates probably cares about black people less than George Bush. I'll leave it at that. I'll say a joke instead of diving into the whole thing here. But suffice it to say, yes, you can be a jerk and make charities. Like, very easy to do.
He did that. So people with disabilities are a liar. You're no better than Sia. Yeah, he starts playing the, well, I'm disabled. So yeah, he was just simply asking for proof, the transaction that he donated. He said, oh, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted. That's been happening since my meds were delayed in delivery. He goes for the yay excuse. I'm off the meds, I'm off the meds. Well, I don't donate online. I donate in person like a real man, a real alpha male, I see. But a real man.
Yo, like, I don't know, I stand like pro-life of, like, what's it called, pro-life of America or whatever. I have them listed as like my charity in Amazon Smile, so that every time I buy something on Amazon, money goes to pro-life of America. But like, there's nothing alpha. Like, what am I gonna do? Find pro-life of America in real life and hand them like a couple $100 bills? Like, charities can't usually be located IRL like that. Like, that's a ridiculous statement to make.
Continue to be salty.
It actually kind of shows that he doesn't actually know much about donating to charities at all.
A real man, a real alpha male, I see. But a real man continue to be salty about being banned from a server, one which doesn't exist, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But a real
like, what would Andrew Tate do?
A man spread lies about someone. Would a real man get offended by the word jerk? I'm not offended by the word jerk. I was correcting you, and also I wasn't lying, and it's not my fault some people didn't take things the way...
Only beta males donate online. Yo, wait, what? Only beta males? Hold on, let me see. Only beta males donate online? Okay then, hold on, wait a second here, I got you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on, I need to stop that. That's silly. Okay.
Whatever, mush. Would a real man try to ruin a friendship between two people? Oh, but then he's like, oh, I didn't ruin his friendship with Gage. Yeah, he didn't. But he admitted he tried because the relationship was shaky.
Yeah.
That's true. Different. Yeah, he obviously took advantage of that. I think that's what he had in mind.
Yeah.
He wanted people in that community to be split, even Gage personally. Once again, Mr. Pizza asked the question, why did you start drama in the server today? And then he goes on about, oh, so you got mad at me for not accepting apology and a hypocrite, and didn't accept my apology from Skywalker, admitted joke did not land well, apologies for some people, drama's not entitled, doing similar things. In the video he was talking about Gage, he brings that up again. And yeah, how does this have anything to do with what we're talking about? I was answering something you asked. Yeah, literally started something by sending screenshots of something being said jokingly, and then proceeded to tell everyone to unsub. Well, maybe it's not drama in my eyes. Bro, he's pulling out all the, like, tropes here.
He's, like, going back and forth. Wait. He doesn't have a solid argument. He is going back and forth between all these different things. He speaks as someone who doesn't necessarily have a conviction, but merely a goal to take someone down. And so he's not being consistent with his statements, because consistency and standing up for some sort of ideal belief or position is not the point. The whole point is to take down ISM because he got muted for talking about Tarmix while watching Descendants 1 in a group chat with a bunch of people who didn't really care about talking about Tarmix right then, because they wanted to see the movie, maybe hear some explanation about the film from ISM, but that was it. This guy has taken one thing, which is, you know, talking about a memester while trying to watch a movie and getting muted for it, and he's taken that to do this whole crusade. Like, man, imagine if he was learning some sort of trade or skill. Imagine how professional he would be at that, with all of the pent-up intensity and hard-working spirit that this individual has. But no, he's wasting all of his potential and energy on trying to cancel a YouTuber because he did something that was entirely justified, but it just hurt his feelings. So now he's gonna go cry about it to every server that he can go into. Like, this is pretty sad.
That's why you started drama in Cave server today. You couldn't seem to answer that. Checkmate. Your cock is terminated. Yeah, he blocked me, he blocked Mr. Pizza, and he was never heard from again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, stay away from this Hammerhead Matt guy. I don't know what world he's living in. But yeah, that's about it. I don't think he's going to fight back. I really hope this is the last time I have to talk about this. And please, let's not do any more drama-related videos. As fun as they are and as important it is to report on it. Yeah. We have some great videos for you for the rest of the month. That's it. See ya.
Nice. I also saw that you have a podcast. I saw like suggested down here, right? You have a podcast with Mr. Pizza. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this whole like drama thing it's a bit much. Now, is drama fun to cover? Yes, it's fun to cover. But if you're involved with it, that just makes it a million times worse. It can be very taxing, and it's just not great, not fun, and it's not great. So yeah, I hope that there isn't as much drama. I do think while there is an abnormal amount of drama in your guys' discords, it's certainly diminishing and it's certainly decreasing. So I think that things are going to get better, and I'm looking forward to seeing things continue to get better. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you guys continue to navigate the drama safely and correctly, because so far it looks like you guys have handled most of everything like a champ, except for maybe keeping some folks on the servers for longer than you should. But I think that you guys don't do that anymore. You guys banned like this Hammerhead Matt guy pretty quickly, so I think that's proof that you guys are heading into the right direction when it comes to handling this drama. Like, this is pretty good. You guys took a pretty good pivot after I put out the toxic community tutorial. Like, I think you guys have kind of stepped up, and that's good to see. Let's see. As I said, bro, you should watch the podcast when you get the time. We want to have you on sometime. I do. Now, I have a podcast. I have a podcast app that I use to listen to podcasts. I don't know if there's like RSS feed for it. If there's no RSS feed, then I'll watch it on YouTube. Let's see. We want to have you on. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'd love to be part of a podcast. Now, I'm busy and I suck at scheduling far worse than I should. But yeah, you guys have to let me know when you guys typically tape it, and I'll have to try and make myself available at that time. Let's see here. So we take that toxic community tutorial to heart. I'm glad. Like, I know it was a very passionate rant, but I was 100% serious, and I was just going off on trends that it was just very annoying, and it just seemed like you guys were perpetuating this toxic cycle over and over and over again, which is why I wanted to rail on you guys about it. I was just getting so annoyed and so tired of seeing the same cycles repeat, and so I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Hopefully this is the last drama that you guys have to deal with, at least of this scale. But anyways, the last video I'm going to react to before I play some Halo is this video by Mr. Pizza called Inconsistency. I don't know if it's about like upload inconsistency. We'll see.
Inconsistency. That pretty much describes this channel in a nutshell at the moment. Yeah, so as you have probably seen throughout the past weeks, the channel has been incredibly inconsistent, mainly ever since I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. The content, like, even though the quality of everything has been better in terms of editing, thumbnails, like, the content's improved drastically from before, but now it's more inconsistent.
Well, that's not a bad thing. Are you here to apologize? That's a good thing that you're taking your time with your videos. I haven't watched that much video, but I mean, yeah, like the WikiHow sexuality test, which I think is that one that I have that I need to take for my if not Mr. Pizza, throw that in the React request so that I get to it when I do all my quizzes. But I mean, no, it's good that you're taking your time to make high quality content, because high quality content is not a TV dinner. It's a gourmet meal, and it's something that takes a considerable amount of time to do.
Because before, when I was still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, YouTube was one of my top priorities. I was always pumping out content on a weekly basis, multiple videos a week, even at points daily videos, grinding to hit 1,000 subscribers. And it paid off. We did hit 1,000, and it was a monumental moment for this channel. But like I said, ever since we hit 1,000, the channel's been kind of slowing down in the uploads. And there's a few reasons for that, and I want to kind of explain this to you. First reason, I'm not making YouTube my top priority. That's right. I don't think it's necessary anymore to make YouTube my top priority. I just don't think that's necessary.
That's fair.
Again, I achieved what I wanted to achieve on YouTube. And as much as, yeah, I would love to hit 2,000 subscribers, that'll be years. That's another 4 to 10 years away from happening at my rate. Even though the content's better, it's still going to take a long time to reach that. So I just don't even make this my top priority anymore. My biggest priorities right now are just really enjoying my free time and being able to like work out and everything. Those are my bigger priorities. Those are my top priorities. Mainly working out, you know, getting into shape and everything. Get some muscles going, you already know. That's my top priority now. Not YouTube. Another reason why I really haven't been uploading all that much, motivation issues. I just haven't been feeling heavily motivated to make content as much as I used to. I feel like the motivation has definitely dropped since hitting 1,000 subscribers. It just doesn't feel as fun.
That's good. Like, it's good to pay attention to what's motivating you to do content creation. And I'm kind of picking up that like your main goal, you've kind of said this already, is that like your goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. You've done that. You've accomplished all that you want to do. You know, you've set it looks like you have a soft goal that's not the most attainable, which is to get 2,000 subscribers, which, okay, it's certainly attainable, but it is something that, like you said, will take a long time to do. I think a good goal would probably just be like, you know, make a certain type of content or excel at a certain type of content, or average a certain amount of views, or I don't know, maybe if you could quantify a certain quality of content, do that if you can. I think that would probably be a good way to move forward, because you need to have a new goal, but it also has to be attainable. If you set that goal, you know, to be like 5,000 feet above the ground, you'll never even do a single jump. Mr. Peter says, my motivation has returned after I trashed the YTP community. Nice. Nothing will put a fire in your belly like trashing the YTP community. I know this from experience.
Once did to make content, which is really sad because I still enjoy making content, but nowhere near as much as I did before I had 1,000 subscribers. I think maybe it's the fact that I have the whole views thing in my head making me go nuts, being like, oh my god, the channel's dead because the video got 10 views and no one gives a shit. I think that's one of my biggest issues. I think that's just one of my biggest issues, thinking that the channel is always dead because something gets like 10 views or whatever. I mean, it is in a way heartbreaking to see that, because you have a bigger audience than you do. You have over 1,000 subscribers. And then when a video underperforms to your expectations, it really is sad. It's just like, I put all this work into this video only for like 10 people to actually watch it, and it pisses you off, and then it over time decreases your motivation when you're seeing the views just aren't as good as they once were. I have another reason to why I haven't been really uploading as much, and that's YTPs are getting stale. Now you might be like, this is an odd reason. Well, hear me out. Let me explain. As I just stated, yes.
If you're reacting to YTPs though, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge. Like, in demotivating. Like, just like all the Marvel movies are kind of being the same, you know, and being very mediocre, that demotivates people from watching those because they're all becoming the same. It's not a strange take to be like, oh, they're getting stale, so I don't really enjoy, you know, making content surrounding them anymore. That's not a strange take at all. Not an odd reason.
Yes, YTPs are getting pretty stale for me. Don't get me wrong, they're still funny. I still love them. I don't hate YTPs by any means, but they are definitely getting more and more stale, considering my channel revolves around YTP reactions. I mean, that's just what it's been for so long, is YTP reactions with little to no change in between. And even though YTP reactions is what gets me views still, it keeps my audience happy. I'm just not having as much fun reacting to YTPs as I once did. Here and there will be a YTP that really gets me. It's just like, okay, that was hilarious.
By the way, Ping Trip is the only YTP creator who makes content that who makes YTPs that I'll continue to watch. He takes like interviews and makes them say, like, he turns the conversations into things that are not at all let's see here. He turns the conversations into things that are not what like their original like purpose is. So like he basically, I just put into the memes chat, Hot Doctor causes problems for Timcast IRL, where basically it kind of turned an actual episode of Tim Pool's podcast into just two of the hosts vying for the lady guest and trying to like win her over, and it was pretty funny. Just like stuff like that's pretty funny. If you ever run out of like, you ever start thinking that all YTPs are terrible, just watch a Ping Trip video. It's great.
And it can still happen. It just needs to have that shock value to it. But I really want to like try to move on to other content. Like, I'm not gonna stop YTP reactions. I'm not gonna be like the Liberator and just completely be like, I'm making this full change, I'm done with YTPs. Because the biggest difference between me and the Liberator is that he wants to do YouTube full time. He wants to be big on YouTube. He wants to make it his full-time career. I don't. So that's why I stick around with YTP reactions. I don't care about turning this into a career like other people might. Another reason is bigger projects. Now, you might be like, interesting, what do you mean by bigger projects? Well, I mean, there are some other types of videos that I want to work on or have been working on, and they're bigger projects compared to what I usually do on this channel. So overall, yeah, the channel has been inconsistent, lack of uploads and everything. I just thought I would make this video letting you know why I haven't really been uploading as much, what I have plans for the future, etc. So yeah, I hope y'all stick around for this channel. I'm not quitting, obviously. I have no intentions to do that, but uploads will...
Again, if you were quitting, you like because you're not motivated, like there's nothing wrong with that either. But it's great that you're finding a reason to keep on making more content.
Be just less frequent, inconsistent, and I think that's all right, because I can do that. I'm the creator. I can decide when I upload. It's in my terms. I can upload on my terms. So I could upload once a week. I could upload once every 2 weeks. I could upload daily. I don't know. Whatever I'm feeling. If I'm feeling motivated to work on videos and get a video out, I'll do it. If I'm not feeling motivated, or I just don't feel like working on videos one day, or for a week or more, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna stress myself out by being like, oh my god, I have to get at least two videos out a week, or I'm gonna get canceled, or oh my god, I'm gonna lose my audience if I don't do that. Like, no.
Yeah.
And
that's a terrible like level of stress to like put yourself under.
Uploading on my own terms is the best way to go about this, so I don't get stressed out, and so I can provide you with some of the best content that I can make. Overall, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, with that being said, I've been Mr. Pizza, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Inconsistent. Nice.
That's good. That's good. Also, that's like something that you probably put in your Discord too, to just kind of let people know where you're at. But it's great to have that like consistency of being like, okay, this is why things are the way they are for the channel. It's very good, to have that clarity so that your viewers aren't like left in the dark. It's good. Very good. All right, I'll be right back. And then I'll play a little bit of Halo. Like Sim said, you'd like Much Dank then? He made a YTP on the Yay Alex Jones interview. Okay, you should drop that in either the memes channel or the react requests. If you just throw it in the memes section, then I'll just watch it. But if you want me to react to it on stream, you should throw it into the react request thing. I'm thinking about making a new rule for the react request too, that you guys tell me how long your request is so that I know whether or not I'll have time to get to it. Just so that there is not another case of, oh, I wanted to react to this thing, but I didn't know it was like 30 minutes long. I'm gonna have to push it back to the next stream, because I think that just like that'll make things a lot more it'll make things a lot simpler if that's not something I have to worry about. So just an idea, not a hard and fast rule, but it's just something I'm thinking about. All right, I will be back momentarily. Please give me 1 minute. I am not a newbie. I will see you all in a few minutes. Alrighty, I'm back. Just give me 1 second here. Also, I meant to turn on the TTS. I'm sorry that I didn't have the TTS on. Hold on, give me a second. Let me turn the TTS back on. Mr. Pizza says, I work on the animation more than any other one of my vids at the moment. I'll drop a second preview in the Discord. Nice! That's cool. Yeah, it's always great to have like one of those types of projects and things to work on. Now, I'm gonna cut the music here. Now, I am going to do a little bit of something new that I don't usually do on the stream. I'm gonna do a little taste test / review, kind of, I guess. My sister went and got these for me. They're hot and spicy Cheez-Its, and I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna be like because I've never had these before, and you know, I looked at the ingredients. They didn't say vinegar, so I think this is actually gonna be like legit spicy stuff. It's cool. Like, she knew that I like spicy things, so she got me a spicy snack. It's very, very nice. And as you guys see, I don't know if you guys see, maybe you guys don't see it, but I have a bunch of like spicy snacks. I have like this whole cache of spicy snacks now. I can smell whatever it is that's making it spicy. Okay, it's not super spicy. Okay. It's one of those, like, you have to give it a minute type things. But also, it's like a little spicy. It's not super spicy, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, you eat a bunch of it, and then you'll start to feel it. So I'm going to eat these, and we'll see how long it takes for me to, like, actually need, like, a drink of water, for example. But one thing that's great about this is that there's actually a lot of flavor in this too. A lot of times, for some reason, these creators of spicy foods, they omit flavor. They're like, flavor? We don't need that. You got spice. It's like, not them. It's not how it works. Let's see, where's Halo Infinite? I'm trying to launch the game. But yeah, especially for a lot of you guys who've been wanting me to read chat, a lot of the stream I'll be like reading to you guys' chats too.
How ironic, I'm working on the animation more right now as we speak. I really have no life XD.
It's not bad that you're... Oh, let me see. Why are you saying that you have no life? It's not bad that you're working on your animation. Like, why you're essentially... Why? I don't know why you're essentially calling yourself a loser for creating, like, something that's, like, actually, like... It's artistic. Like, you're making art. Hold on. It's just not loading Halo Infinite. And I admit, I don't think I've tested Halo Infinite yet on this computer.
Said in the chat. Halo time.
Yeah, Halo time. Trying to get this game open, but for the life of me, I cannot open this game.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. TBF, I work on it for hours at a time on a daily basis.
No, but you're being intense. You're not. That's not like. It's not bad to be intense and like, work on something for extended periods of time. It's not like, especially when it's something that requires so much involvement and it's so difficult to do. It's completely like reasonable, and I would expect that. Like, if you're working on an animation, I would expect you to take hours at a time to work on it. Otherwise, I would assume your animation is going to be bad. I don't know why this game is not running. The game is very clearly like installed on my machine. Let's see here. Let's see if I can launch it from the Xbox app. Nope. All right. Let's see here. There's still a couple things that I can try. I'm gonna try running it as an administrator. See if that works. It was not even giving me the pop-up. Wait, what? Oh, it says Halo Infinite is unavailable on my account. And now it's actually starting to show up in the background. That's super weird. That's so weird. But hey, it's opening. So. All right. Looks like we're back in business. We're back in business. But yeah, I'm not sure people no hate on working for animation for extended periods of time. Now, I don't know if I have the same old mode that I was playing before, but we'll see. Also, by the way, thanks everyone for sticking around. I know the main attraction.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, I love it when TDS is on, especially during times like these, so there is always interaction.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice because you know, when on the Car 3 SMP, if I'm playing on there, a lot of times, especially when others are around, not a lot of times others aren't around, but when others are around, I have the TTS off so that I can hear what they're saying.
Mr. Pizza
there's like
said in the chat,
nobody else.
It's a good thing I got a Spotify playlist filled with good music to play in the background.
It's like nobody else. So, it's even easier for me to just hear your guys' chats as I game. Because otherwise, I can very easily get pulled away, try to read a chat, and then shoot the targets. It can be a lot. But yeah, based on that message, I'm guessing that Halo just wasn't syncing my information from the Xbox account at first. Dang. These are addictive. And not even for the spiciness, like the flavor is just great. Like it's like a salsa flavor.
Said in the chat. Or in this case, Note Newbie's live stream running in the background as I animate.
I wish I could pinpoint exactly what it is about this that. Let's see here. That's making this like hit the spot, but I can't pinpoint it. It's just great. In this case, Newbie's live stream running in the background. Nice. I appreciate that. If you guys like my streams enough to run them in the background as you do other stuff. Like, honestly, for a variety or especially like a just chatting streamer, that's a pretty high praise. All right. Gotta put the snacks away and go to war, boys. Let's go.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. As Charms once said, wow, the flavors, the textures, sensation.
the sensation is, I think, the result of the flavors and the textures. And I think that sensation is also kind of what I'm like, oh, like, it's interesting that this is occurring. I want to know why that is. All right. Hold on, let's see. Is this gonna have all my old files synced over? Yo, it does. Wait. Wait, so what's my most recent file? This is so cool. That Xbox saved like all my data. Let's see. How many bots are gonna be? Okay, we got bots. Okay, good. I'll just play in the Bazaar because it's my favorite map.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "No newbie vs the Grand Wizard of Latvia. Fight to the death."
Grand Wizard of Latvia? I thought Daniel Lord was the Grand Wizard of something else.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "The game audio is pretty loud NGL."
Is it hard for you to hear the volume of me talking? Or is it hard for you to hear the TTS? Because I'm down to change the volume depending on what you guys want. Oh, I love this music. I love how with the mode that I made, like every second matters so much, but they're not timed at all.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "Forget I said anything XD."
But if there's something wrong with my stream settings, I want to know so I can fix it. Why is the map like stuck at like 79%?
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "BTW, we call Daniel Lord the Grand Wizard of Latvia because you know he's racist and everything."
Grand Wizard makes sense, and Latvia is just where he's from. I keep forgetting that Daniel Lord is from Latvia.
Slayer.
All right. Let's see how many of these controls I remember.
Round 1.
Overshield inbound. Rack up the most kills to achieve victory. Overshield available.
Shoot. Shoot, I forgot what the grenade button is.
Mr. Pizza
Dang, what's the grenade button?
said in the chat, "How much does Halo Infinite cost?"
It's like $20, I think. Oh, it's G, okay. There we go.
Halfway to
Let's
victory.
go, boys.
Nearing victory.
Yo, we are kind of stomping these guys into the ground.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "I'll have to buy it then so perhaps we could play together."
Yeah, I'd love to do like Halo with the red game.
Round 2.
Overshield inbound. You've got them on the run. Overshield available.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, We also should play Shinobi Striker once you finish the tutorial, because it's so fire.
Oh no, wait, I want to do Shinobi Striker on tutorial on stream too. I'm not going to play Shinobi Striker until season 3, but I will be playing it. I installed it and everything, so hopefully it runs smoothly. Like, is it graphics intensive or no? Like, will it take a lot from my system? Shoot!
Lost the
No,
lead.
I thought I was gonna get him. I thought I had him. But yeah, is Shinobi Striker like intensive? Like, is it more intensive than this?
Perforated.
Let's go. What the heck is this weapon, bro?
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Nah, the graphics won't kill your system.
Okay.
Even on max settings, your PC will be fine.
Yeah, from what I saw, it didn't seem too intensive, but I was wondering. Let's go.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. I did buy DLC for Shinobi Striker, so I'm pretty OP at least with one of my classes.
Power items on
Oh,
the
you know,
field.
Pete, what is the DLCs? Oh shoot, the DLCs aren't going to require me to buy anything, will they? Or will I need to have them downloaded on my end for me to play them with you?
Lost the lead.
What the heck
Enemy
was
team
that?
nearing victory.
Who does he have?
Round lost.
How did I not kill him? I was shooting at him in his head. Like, I unloaded a full clip on him.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat.
That was then.
No DLC is optional, and you don't need it to play with me.
Okay, good. But can I play with your DLC, with you, with your DLCs? Like, is that possible?
What a reliable weapon.
Gained the lead.
Let's go. Let's get the frickin' needle, boys. Let's go. What the heck? Oh man. These things are savage. I think they were just salty about losing by 30 points in the first match.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. I got enough money to buy you a DLC as a good head start. If you want me to, I can buy it for you. Also, yes, you can still play with me when I have DLC. It's a multiplayer game after all.
Okay. I want to try the game out first before you buy another thing of it for me.
Items incoming.
Gained the lead.
Come on. Dang it.
Power items have arrived.
Lost the lead. Gained the lead.
There we
Lost
go.
the lead.
How are we losing the lead?
Kill.
What are you guys doing?
Victory.
Let's go.
Round 1.
Let's go. Let's go.
Round 4.
I mean, that was fire.
Overshield inbound. Ever closer to victory. Overshield available.
Wrong button. My bad. I keep hitting the wrong
Mr.
button.
Pizza
Kind of embarrassing.
said in the chat. Sounds good. I think you'll love the game. It gets even more fun the more people you
dang.
got to play with.
Beautiful.
Yo, I was lucky to get the headshot off. I would have died otherwise.
Halfway to victory.
Oh man, did the spawn points flip? I think they flip sometimes. Which completely makes sense. Because it can prevent teams from getting like absolutely slaughtered.
Nearing victory. Round 1.
Oh man, I was about to throw a grenade on him.
Enemy team facing elimination.
Alright.
Overshield inbound. A win is in reach, Spartan. Overshield available.
I should call this mode World Series. That's what I should call it, this mode.
Dynamo grenades acquired.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's dig deep into enemy territory, see what we can do.
Halfway to victory.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat.
Let's go.
No newbie VSDL will be very action-packed.
What's the VSDL? Is that one of the DLCs?
Nearing
Is that
victory.
like what it's called? Yes.
Victory.
Let's go.
Double kill.
Let's go. Oh, not movie versus DL, the Daniel Lord, the animation. Okay. I wasn't sure what you were talking about at first.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. No, I'm talking about the animation.
Yeah, at first I was confused. 39% accuracy? I think that's some of the best accuracy I've ever had. And that was a 10-minute match. Man, I really need to thank my sister for these tomorrow, because these are great. I'm like about to eat the whole thing. Oh, goodness. Oh, the match starting. I was gonna get a drink of water, but okay.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat,
Slayer.
I call Abed with Willdog recently.
Okay. What kind of collab was it? Because you've done a variety of content. So, like, is it a, is it like a vlog or like a collab react? Where you, like, both react to something? You both react to the same thing?
Rack up the most kills to achieve victory.
What the heck? What the heck are they equipped with? No! I need to get out of here.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, we versed in WWE 2K22 for his channel.
Okay,
Should
it's
be
like a
a
gaming
great
thing.
video when it comes out.
That's fire. Oh man, I was gonna ride on the tank and just blast them. Why were they blasting me? I mean, they should have been blasting me.
Power items inbound. How very surgical. Power items have arrived.
Halfway to victory.
Let's go.
Nearing victory. Double kill. Killing spree. Double kill.
Let's go.
Round one.
Let's go.
Round two.
My recommendation, continue winning.
And I'll think about it. We'll see. I vaguely remember this weapon. Is this like a shotgun?
Gain the lead.
Man, these are not quick kill weapons.
Lost the lead.
How did I not? I literally hit him. I thought for sure I had him. Did I not?
Classic. Epic kill.
Took him
Power items
forever to
on
die. I think I'm getting a little bit of
Power
lag
items
here.
on the field.
You guys, I can't be the only one sensing a little bit of lag. Oh. I was looking for them. They found me.
Spike grenades acquired.
Gained the lead.
Skewer inbound. Skewer available.
Halfway to victory.
Yes, let's go. Did you say 360?
Skill, instinct, purpose.
Yo, the narrator's hilarious. Just like saying these like random things.
Victory.
Let's go.
Round one.
Okay, I feel like we smoked them on that round. Although it took way too long. But then again, the map is big.
Round three.
You've got them on the run.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, I liked the coverage of the Hammerhead drama.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I could tell that your expectations were pretty high. I think that was a big part of like your excitement. So I'm glad I was able to deliver.
Beautiful shot, Spartan.
There we go. Take 7 shots in the head to, get you down, but I got you down. Man, where did they all go?
Wait for victory. Shredded.
Let's go.
Nearing victory. Killing spree. Round one.
Okay. Being able to just sit in the tank does make it a little easy.
Enemy team facing elimination.
We've got this in the bag, eh?
Mike, why don't the NPCs engage with the vehicles at all? Isn't that a little weird?
Repulsor obtained.
No! Frick. I wasn't sure if that was out of bounds or not. And then by the time it went out of bounds, it was too late. Man, I set our team back.
And we're off.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, did you have a good Christmas, Giga Chat?
Yeah, it was alright. Let's see, I didn't get too many gifts, but yeah, everyone was pretty happy with my gifts, which I was kind of nervous about. I was like, I don't know people are gonna be happy with my gifts. So that was like the main thing. Like, people are very happy with the gifts I got for them. So I was pretty excited about that. You also kept it very small for Christmas. That also works.
How very surgical.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying to use the vehicle for cover, which, by the way, is actually a terrible thing to do in real life. Don't do that ever.
Power items incoming.
Wait, I can't get in the forklift? What's the point?
Power items now available.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "Oh newbie, on a previous stream you mentioned a handful of games you wanted to play with the Bread Gang, and you mentioned Fortnite. Would you play that with us since it has zero build mode?"
Yeah, I actually have it on my computer, I just haven't gotten it all set up yet. But there are other games too, like I play on stream sometimes, Valorant with my little brother. I need to get that game on there, but yeah, Fortnite I already have installed, so I'd be down to play Fortnite sometime. Not tonight, but like another night.
Viewer inbound.
Whoa. Okay, that was fire. That was fire. I gotta get the CPU props for that.
Skewer available.
Nearing victory.
Man, I didn't get the assist or anything? Okay.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat, "I'd love to play Fortnite with you. That'd be so much fun."
I'd really love to get a chunk up with you.
Said in the chat,
Victory.
"Can I give you my username and your DMS?"
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely works. There we go. I think I should call the stream, y'all. I've been live for a couple hours. 46% accuracy? Okay. But I didn't deal that much damage. Wait, how come the other team only got negative points? Is it just that I killed them so much? Yeah. It's gonna be their death rates. You know, the enemy team, their entire, like, KDA is all negative. Is that because of, like, my 27 kills, or what? Like, why are they dying so much? They shouldn't be dying that much.
Mr. Pizza
That's crazy.
said in the chat, "I messages you my username."
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, when I get Fortnite set up, or open it up just to test, I'll add you. Nice. I'm happy with my accuracy. And I actually didn't take the most damage that I've ever won either, so that's cool. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Like, this is a fun stream. It's nice to get back into the cycle of like doing my normal React stuff. And I feel like ironically, my computer being broken for a little bit probably helped the quality of my content, because I think it gave me some time to, like, you know, take a break.
What is your username?
And every time,
I know what it is when the friend requests.
every time I come back,
Mr. Pizza
from streaming and like from taking a break,
Season 3 of
I always come back with more interesting content, I feel like. So the break is good. The break between this season and next season is going to be good as well. I'm looking forward to it. But it is going to be like a little bit sad, disappointing to like be on like a 1 or 2 week vacation from streaming, because I do like doing that with you guys, but you know, it is what it is, and the breaks are not the worst thing in the world. Let's see. I think my username will be TLS Killshot. I'm not 100% sure. It's been so long since I played Fortnite, but I think it should be TLS Killshot or something along those lines. When season 3 of that newbie happening. That'll probably be in the 1st or 2nd week of January. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna end the season out with a bang on New Year's Eve. And then I think maybe a week or 2 from there is when we'll get the season 3. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. By the way, stay in touch, plugged in, and influencing all the things I react to on stream by joining the Discord. I believe the link is dscrd.ntnwb.cc. There you go. Should be all set. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Peace out, y'all.